Hey everyone, I'm Purge and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be playing another digital board game. This time it's going to be Talisman. Now Talisman is a great game in my opinion. I really like Talisman. This is one of my favourites. This does have a physical version, one that's been I think first released in 1983. Since then it's gone through 3 revisions and now it's up to the 4th edition that came out in 2007 or 2008, and this is what this digital version that's what this digital version is actually based on. Now we're going to play it. Now this time we're going to play against the AI. However, it's pretty easy to get a multiplayer game with randoms in this game, so I will play multiplayer at some point in the future. In the near future probably, but this time for the first game is going to be against the AI. Now we just go a new game here. Right, there's a lot of expansions for this game. I'll show you one now actually. Here they all are. So you got the base game, Reaper, Frost March, Dungeon, Highlands, Sacred Pool, the City, Netherrealm, Blood Moon, Firelands, Dragon, the Harbinger, Deep Realms, the Woodland, the Cataclysm, the Realm of Souls, Ancient Beasts, and the Clockwork Kingdom. Now, for this first game, we're not going to play with all these expansions. I think that'll be a bit much to take in. But what we will do is play with quite a few of them. So, they're split. Like, the good thing about the digital edition is they're actually split in the game. So you can turn on the expansion, or you can just have the characters from it. So if you wanted to use a character from like the Reaper expansion, but didn't want to play with the Reaper expansion itself, you can still have the characters, which is actually a nice thing. So we're going to put on the Reaper expansion. So we're probably going to put on the Reaper expansion. In fact, I know we are. Okay, so we're going to do that. Legendary decks are certain card replacements in the game that make the game a lot harder. It makes certain enemies a lot harder. It makes items, actually, certain items weaker. It just makes the game harder, to be honest, and we're not going to play with those in this game. So, yeah, we're going to do Frost March. Yep, Dungeon. Highland, yep. I'll explain what all this is when we actually get in-game. Sacred Pool, yeah. City, yeah. Netherrealm, yep. Blood Moon, yep. Firelands, yeah, okay. We're not going to put Dragon on, the Dragon this time. And we're not going to do Harbinger. Deep Realms will do that. Woodland will do that. We won't put Cataclysm on. Realm of Souls. No, we're not going to do that this game. We're not going to do that this game. We're not going to play Ancient Beasts either. And we're not going to put Clockwork Kingdom on. We'll keep it, well, not simple, but we'll keep it less complicated than it could be. So the reason for not putting on Dragon is that it makes the game in general like, quite a bit more difficult and quite a bit more complicated because it introduces things called dragon tokens and the like, which are, again, another mechanic in the game. Harbinger makes everything more difficult, and it introduces a complete lose condition for everybody in the game. So we're not going to do that this game. Cataclysm makes the game, changes the centerboard and makes the game quite a bit harder. Realm of Souls is interesting because it basically gives you another chance at life when you die. So we're not going to do that. And Ancient Beasts are basically end game kind of boss monsters that you can fight for rewards. We won't put that on this game. And the Clockwork Kingdom, we could. It introduces, we won't this time though, but it introduces a kind of weapon and item crafting mechanic, which we won't do this game. We want to keep this a bit of a teaching game. So we're going to do that. Right, now we've set all the expansions up. We're going to do the house rules. Now, we'll go for a revealed ending. Basically, endings are win conditions. And you can either have hidden endings or revealed win conditions, which you already know what they are. So we'll go for a revealed ending this time. This no respawn option, now normally in the game, when your character dies, you can re-roll another character and carry on and play the game and carry on playing from scratch again. This is fine, that's fine, but it makes games it can make games really, really long, so I never play with that option on. What I do, I use the house rule of no respawn, which means if your character dies, that's it, you're out of the game, done. It makes it a lot more concise, a lot better, in my opinion. So, here's an interesting mechanic. Instead of choosing a character, you can actually make it so you have a selection of 5 characters and you choose from one of them. If I didn't have this on, everybody would be tempted to play the best characters. So with a selection of 5 characters, you're forced to work what you're what you're given, which I prefer. Trophy trading, you can change the values of trophies. I'll get to that when we get in game, but I'm not going to do any of that for this game. You can get quests in the game. You can do, and this option allows you to replace them if you get one you don't like. We'll keep that on. Timeout and game speed are for multiplayer games, so that's not relevant. Now, okay, I won't put them on this time because the Reaper expansion comes with a neutral character that can move, and if they roll on your space, if they actually move to your space, they do something to you. Same as the Blood Moon expansion. There's a werewolf that does that. Now, for this game, because I want to keep the mechanics not to a minimum, but to a manageable level, we're going to leave both of those out of this game, but I'll play with them next game. Dungeon, when you go through a dungeon, you fight a boss, you get rewards. These make it so you get good rewards and random rewards. Like so. This is for the Woodland expansion. You can either have default Dark Fate or Dark is Light. I mostly always have Dark is Light on because default Dark Fate really, really slows down the game. And anyway, I'll get into all this when we get in game, what all this is. Binding of Fatebound, that's to do with the Woodland expansion again. Casting time, timing windows, 2 seconds on spells, and other is 2 seconds as well. This is actually the amount of time it takes for you to cast a spell or do other things. This gives a window to other players to either counter what you're doing in some way by casting their own spell, that kind of thing. So, that's all the house rules we're going to put on. And these are actually all the endings that are possibly in the game. So if we enable all, now the ones that are greyed out are either not in the expansions that we chose or they're hidden endings. So there's tons of different endings, like you've got the default one here. If a character's on the Crown of Command and no other characters are present, they must roll on the command spell at the start of each of their turns. If a 1, 2, or 3 is rolled, the spell has no effect. 4, 5, or 6, all of the characters lose 1 life. If a character is on the Crown of Command and there is another character present, they must encounter the character instead of casting the command spell. That is actually literally the default ending of the base game, which I don't usually have on, but we'll do it. We'll see what we get. Now, as you can see here, it references dice rolls. Some people don't like this game because this game relies quite a lot on dice rolls, and there's actually quite a bit of randomness, quite a bit of luck in this game, which you can mitigate. You can mitigate your dice rolls in various different ways, but I like it. I like that aspect of the game. This Talisman is basically a tabletop RPG in board game format, and we'll get into more of that when we get in game. So, We're going to leave all these endings on and just see which one we get. We'll get a random one. Right. And that is that. We'll start the game. Okay. So here's my choice of characters here. We've got the warrior, the swashbuckler, monk, genie, and tinkerer. Now, these symbols in the top right hand corner signify what expansion this character is from. Every card in the game has this little symbol in the corner to signify what expansion it's from. It's actually pretty useful. This symbol here of a person setting profile, means that it's a character from an individual character DLC, not an actual expansion. So that's all that means. Now, the warrior is a base game character, but he's actually pretty good. So we're gonna see about him. Special abilities: you may roll 2 dice in battle and use the higher attack roll to determine your attack score. You may use 2 weapons at the same time. So that's really good. Using 2 weapons at the same time is really good. And his stats here: 4 strength, 2 craft, 5 life, 1 fate, and 1 gold. I'll get into what all those mean in a bit. So I'm going to pick the warrior. And I'm going to just pick light fate. Like so. Keep on picking. Okay, so we got the sage, the rogue, druid. I could pick a spell. Now, as you can imagine, all of the characters in the game have unique abilities, like all different stats. It'll take me all day to go through all the characters, but suffice to say, they're all pretty different. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to knock the sound effect volume down a little bit. Right. Okay. So, let's see what ending we've got. The hero rises. Let's see the ending. When a character defeats an enemy or character in battle or psychic combat, they gain 1 fate in addition to any other rewards. Whenever a character loses a battle or psychic combat, they lose 1 fate in addition to any other penalties. If a character would replenish fate and is already at or above their maximum fate, they gain 1 fate instead. The first character to reach the crown of command with 13 or more fate wins the game. Now, simply put, all endings in the game, all win conditions in the game pertain to this square right here, the crown of command. When you get here, the ending triggers, and whatever condition the ending is, gets actually implemented. So, for this ending, simply put, somebody has to get to the crown of command with 13 or more fate. The first character to reach the crown of command with 13 or more fate wins the game. So you simply have to have 13 fate and get to the crown of command to win the game. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done. So let's quickly go over the stats. Over here, you've got your obviously character portrait. You click on it, you can see obviously your character abilities. Then you've got your alignment right here. That's green is neutral. You also have red for evil and white for good. Alignment comes into play in various different ways in the game. When if it comes up, obviously I'll get to it then. That's fate, normal fate, light fate. Fate is simply used to re-roll a dice roll you've already rolled. Dark fate is used to re-roll other people's dice rolls to kind of mess them up. In this game, though, because I've put on the house rule, light is dark is light fate. Whether you have light fate or dark fate, it does the same thing. So the yellow number here, that's gold. You can use it to buy equipment, items, spells, weapons, armor, that kind of thing. Strength is red. That's strength. That's used in combat, and we'll get to it when combat takes place. Craft, that's also used in combat for craft fights. So you've got, when the game refers to battles, that means fighting with strength. When it refers to psychic combat, that means you're fighting with craft. And 5 here is your lives. If or your life, like you get your lives to your lives decreased to 0. You're dead, you're out of the game. Now, as I said, normally you wouldn't. You just re-roll a character from scratch and actually keep on playing. But because I have the house rule on of no respawn, once your lives go to 0, you're dead. That's it, you're out of the game. And of course, that means there's like a second way to win. You can either get the actual win condition, the ending, in this case 13 fate, go to the Crown of Command, or if every other player in the game dies, then you win that way too. So, basically, it's quite easy to learn how to play this game because it's not very complicated mechanically. What is difficult is getting the experience to play the game well and know what you want to do. So, simply put, you roll a die, you move an amount of spaces shown on it. Most of these spaces will say draw a card. Now, when it says draw a card, it means from a big stack of cards called the adventure deck. The adventure deck is basically the engine of the game. You land on a space, you pull a card. Now, the card could be anything. It could be a monster to fight, it could be a stranger to talk to, it could be an item, it could be gold, it could be anything. That's what drives the game. Now, what's interesting is that with all the expansions on, I'm pretty sure that the adventure deck is over 1,000 cards in size, which kind of makes the physical version quite intimidating to play. But there you go. Okay, let's get on with it. Enough explanation. Let's go. Let's do it. Right. So we're going to roll. And they're all highlighted where I can move to. And we're going to go here. An amulet. So it's a magic object. You cannot cast spells including the command spell. No spells will affect you other than a command spell. So I have to say that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good because, to be honest, craft dictates the spells like you can cast, and to be honest, as a warrior, I'm probably not going to be casting spells the entire game, so this is only good for me. So I'll do that. I'll take the object. Now I've got it, as you can see here. Something popped up there, and I'll get to that. I'll get to what that is later. He's going into the woodland. Well, this is actually a battle. I'll explain more about battles when I actually do battles. Okay, he's got 6. They got 6 tied, standoff, nothing happens. He's going to get a spell. Right, going to go again. He's going to use a spell. Interesting. And he loses the path card because he's out of the woodland. He gets another fight with a Crypt Wyvern at Craft 5. Interesting. Okay. Right. Another spell. Examine the deck again because the sage can examine, the sage can examine the adventure deck. Then pick another path. There's a unicorn, a follower. And again, I'll explain all these cards, followers, strangers, that kind of thing, when I pull them myself. If you look at it again. And he's getting multiple turns because he did he cast a spell that gave him, I believe it was 3 turns in a row. So, he's taking, oh wow, I have to give him the amulet. Okay. Alright, frame market. I'll give up the gold. Okay. Two objects they can take. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. So, I've actually got like an extra life there. I got 6 there. That's why it's in green because it's above my max. You want to go here? Okay. Ifrit Immer. So, it's an enemy, it's an elemental, it's crafter, it's craft slash, it's strength slash craft 7. And it's got like a special rule. All other face-up enemy cards with Ifrit in the title add 1 to their attack roll. He will remain here until killed. So this is actually a battle. Now, when I click it, I encounter him. I'm going to fight him with strength because it's actually my stat. And I can only choose that because he had a strength and craft of 7, so you can choose which way you want to fight him with. Now, let me just quickly explain. It's not difficult to combat, to understand. So, he's got a strength of 7, right? So his strength of 7 is right there. He's got a modifier of actually +1. Now, the reason he's got a modifier of +1 is because it's at night. The werewolf expansion, the Blood Moon expansion, introduced a day and night mechanic where if it was night, enemies would get a +1 attack modifier. If it was day, they'd get a -1 attack modifier. And the day or night changes whenever a event card is drawn from the adventure deck. So there you go. Right, so he's got a total of 8 strength, right? And whatever he rolls will be added to that for his final total. If when I roll, because I've got a total of 4 strength, but I roll 2 dice because I'm the warrior, if his final total is higher than mine, the enemy wins the battle. If I'm higher, I win the battle. If it's both the same, it's a standoff. So, the roll. I got a 7. And he rolled a 4, and he's got 12. So, I could re-roll with a fate, which I'll probably do to illustrate it. So I'm going to re-roll the 2 to a 5. Or, still didn't do it, 9 to 12. So he actually beat me, so I'll now lose a life, unfortunately. Like so. That's unfortunate. Right. These little pop-ups down here, by the way, are challenges you can do that are... It's basically like an online leaderboard for challenges. You can unlock different things with them, like different avatars and stuff for your characters. It's almost like achievements, even though this game does actually have actual achievements. I think 248 of them, in fact. So, right, where was gonna go? Interesting. Okay. I'm going to roll. Now, what do I want to do? Now, I should have probably explained this earlier, but these corner boards here, you can go into them as well, just fine. This is the city, top left. Bottom left is the Highlands. Bottom right is the woodland. And top right is the dungeon. Now, in the Highland, woodland, and the dungeon, at the very end, at the very last square space, there's a boss and a boss enemy, and once you kill it, you get a reward of some kind. The city is there because there's loads of shops here. you can buy loads of stuff here. Like, it's good, really good for obviously making character stronger. And obviously you need gold to go in the city, but yeah, the city is really good for that respect. This little like little board here, the Deep Realms, is a bridge between the city and the dungeon, and you can do a couple of things here. You can actually fight a couple of bosses here, and if you do, you get rewarded with items from the armor shop, from the weapon shop in the city. So that's pretty good too. So, let's go here. We'll draw another card. Rise of the Phoenix is an event, so it'll go back to daytime. The Phoenix rises, bringing rebirth to the land. Choose one. All characters heal all of their lives. All characters replenish all of their fate. Shuffle all burnt cards into their respective decks. So I don't really... Well, the only thing that'll benefit me is all fate, so I'll do that. Because I only get one fate by default. Anyway. We had Dark Fate. Dark Fate. Dark and Light Fate, by the way, matters in the Woodland. The Dark and Light Fates were introduced, with the Woodland expansion, and it changes the effects of certain cards that pop up here. So there we go. If you have any, it's a lot to take in this this game, especially with the expansion. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. Just comment them, I'll answer them. Also, like with any digital board game I play, if anybody wants a multiplayer game of this, or any other board game I play, just say in the comments, and we'll do it. Oh, a Chillbane. Oh, a Chillbane enemy. 6 craft. And she's using a 4-leaf clover, which allows her to pick her dice roll. And she's obviously going to go for 6. Yep. And he rolled a 6 as well. Wow. So the rogue. So the rogue has lost a life as well. So Sage is on 3 lives, the rogue is on 3 lives. You can tell they've actually lost life because now the number's in red, so it's actually not at their maximum. Right, for a scout, 2 strength, you should be able to take this out. Oh, standoff, okay. Standoff he gets. So... Okay, you shouldn't really do this right now, but I'm going to go to the city to illustrate this. So I went to the city square, right? I can speak to the Enchantress, and you roll on the Enchantress, and if you get a 1, you turn to a Toad, which is actually really bad. You don't want that. 2... lose a strength, that's bad. 3 lose a craft, that's really bad. 4 gain a craft, really good. 5 gain a strength, really good. And 6 gain a spell, that's kind of good. Spells are always good, but not really for me because I've only got 2 craft. But I should also mention this is not really. There's no real downside unless I roll a 1 on this, because you can't go below your starting craft and strength, and both of my strength and craft at starting values, so I can't go below them. So it's kind of fine. What are we going to roll? Now, I could re-roll this, but the chance I would roll a 1 and turn into a Toad. Would that be so bad though because I don't have any items? Let's be adventurous, let's re-roll it. Let's re-roll it. And I rolled a 2 again. So that did nothing for me, but it didn't hurt me either. But I did actually kind of waste a fate. So, right. He's going to the village. He's going to see the healer for some healing. What's the rogue going to do? Rogue is going to draw. A lion, enemy, 3 strength. Okay. She rolled a 4. 7. She won that. And she took it as a trophy. I'll get to what trophies are in a second. a boggart, 3 strength. I rolled 2. And he actually won the battle. Interesting. Okay, and the reason we're getting fate after every battle is because of the ending, because of the win condition. Is because it needs to expedite how much fate you get. Because you need 13 to win the game. So I should also mention this. Now, if you look at her, if I look at her inventory, she has a yellow bordered enemy right here. Now, this is called a trophy. When you beat enemies in the game, when you defeat the enemies in the game, you get to take them as a trophy. And what trophies do is basically make you stronger. It gives you strength and craft points depending on whether the monster is a strength or craft monster. Simply put, if you get monsters to the value of 7 strength or 7 craft, you can cash in those trophies to get a strength or craft point. So let's say this. Let's say the rogue had another enemy that had 4 strength. She could cash both of those strength trophies in to get a strength point, and it works the same way for craft. That's one of the many ways in this game you can actually make your character stronger. So there we go. Where do we want to go now? We don't want to go there because that's kind of bad unless you roll a 6, which isn't going to probably happen. So we'll go back here. Champion, a follower. Now, I can explain followers. The champion may fight in your place with a strength of 3. If the champion wins, the creature is killed, or the opposing character must lose 1 life. If the champion loses, she is killed, and your turn immediately ends. Enemies killed may be taken as trophies. So followers are almost always good companions that have positive effects on you, give you buffs, as it were. In this case, I can tell her to fight for me, so I can protect my lives. If there's an enemy I think I can't actually win against, I can send my champion to fight the enemy in my place, and the champion will actually get killed, and I won't lose a life. So there we go. I'll take the follower. I should also mention, you can have as many followers as you like, but you can only have 4 objects at once. You can get items that change that, increase your carrying capacity, but by default, it's only 4 items. Unless the item is a trinket, you can carry as many trinkets as you like as well. Well, I'll show you when trinkets come up, because they inevitably will. Right. He's doing something. Oh. Going to the church. Can I heal? Oh, yes. Wow. He's going to fight a strength 8 monster, Earthbreaker. Right. So, he's lost a life. Okay. Have a look. Where do we want to go? Maybe go into the Highland. Because in the Highlands you can get gems you can actually sell for gold. And if I sell gold in the Highland, if I get gems and sell the gems to the city square here, then I can get enough money to go into the actual city board and possibly get a nice weapon. We'll see. Right. We'll probably do that. Shadow, enemy of craft 2. Now craft is not my forte. But because it's daytime, we'll have 1 craft, so hopefully I can roll higher than him. Higher than the enemy. Okay, I rolled a 5, that's pretty good. They rolled a 1. Alright, I won that. And I'm just going to pick a light fate. Now, as you can see, I've got a trophy. A 2 craft trophy. So I need 5 more craft, and I can cash them in for a craft point, which is nice. Right, he gets Ifrit's gold. Gives him gold. She's going into the Highland. She gets a strength, a healing potion. That's good. And the Druid. Oh wow, 2 enemies. Raselka, 5 strength. He won the battle. Oh, the Sage is actually using to allow him to re-roll it, but the Druid still won. And now he's got a 4 craft enemy. Rolled a 4, that's pretty good. Rolled a 3, won that battle as well. So this, like, the Druid is doing pretty good, I have to admit. Pretty well. And he traded in 2 strength trophies for a strength point. So now he's got 3 strength. 2. Maybe I can go here to sit again, because I can't really lose anything. Except if I roll a 1, which would be really, really bad. Well, like, okay, basically, I should mention that turning into a toad decreases your stats down to 1 and makes you drop all items and followers, and it's really bad. But we're gonna live dangerously. Let's do it. Okay, 5 is brilliant. That's a strength point straight out. That's a free strength point. So now I've got 5 strength, which is really, really good. Really, really good for me. So Sage. Sage is next. Oh wow, he landed on the 6. Okay, well he's got 6 craft, so he should be able to win this. Wow, it was a draw because he rolled a 6. Nope, not this time. Okay, the Rogue. 40th flavor allows you to make your dice roll any number you want, which is good. And the Druid is really going deep into the woodland, I have to be honest. The woodland is a pretty difficult area, I have to admit. Or I really don't want to go there, but for illustration, I'll go to the crags. So the crags, roll 1 die. If you roll a 1, attack by spirit with craft 4, 2 to 3, lost, lose your next turn, 4 or 5, save no effect, and 6, a barbarian leaves you out, gain a strength. So really, the absolute best outcome by far is rolling a 6. And I rolled a 4, that's not too bad because there's no effect, that's fine. And I want to go into the Highland anyway. So let's see what the Sage is doing. Oh, he's going to counter the character. I should have mentioned this. You can actually fight other players as well in this game. Oh, so the Rogue is really going to win this. So I'll get to, like, what fighting other players means in a bit. Took an item. Huh. Oh, items get burnt. That's from the Farlands expansion. Here's a life. Wow. Okay. So the Druid goes next. Book of Binding, that's a good item. Okay, so let me just quickly explain this. Now, I probably should have mentioned this before, but if you roll on a character, another player, you can actually initiate combat and fight them. If you win a fight against an actual character, you can do one of 3 things. You can either take one of their items, you can take 1 gold from them, or you can take 1 life from them. So, you've got a good choice there. Now, obviously, if they've maybe got 1 life, you're obviously going to want to take a life off them to actually kill them outright. Because when a character dies outright, they drop everything they had on the floor, and anybody else can just go and pick it up. It's like looting them almost. So it's pretty good. Anyway, I should also mention this fire token right here. That's from a card from the Firelands. any space that has a fire token will actually damage you for 1 life if you end your turn in that space. So you don't really want to do that. So we're going to go 2. And we're going to go into the Highlands. Now this is, because I'm in a different area, it's a whole different adventure deck. As signified here, all these cards will have this symbol here, which means all of these cards are from the Highland expansion. So, Dragon's Eye. It's a trinket, even though it's a magical object, it's a trinket, so I can carry, so it doesn't actually go towards my carrying limit for objects, because it's really, really small. It's a ring. You may enslave one enemy dragon you encounter instead of attacking it. The dragon adds its strength to yours during your next battle and then soars off to the discard pile along with this card. So that's actually really, really good. If I want a real big strength boost and encounter a dragon, I can use this. Very good. Take it. Before you've drawn 2 cards. Felclaw. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, Finger of Death. He's using a spell to kill it outright. That's a pretty good move. Now he's got to take on the Mountain Dragon with the strength of 8. And he's losing a life because of his breath attack. There you go. He lost outright right there. Yep. Wow. Siege allows 2 lives. Okay, that's the kind of thing I want. I want those like gems so I can sell them. That's what I'm here for. So he got an object, a trinket. I do apologise. I know the AI turns are going quite fast, and you can't really see the cards they're playing. But I would just say, you know, if you want to see them, simply pause it, because I have to say, if the the AI turns were any longer than this, the game would be really, really long. Which I don't mind, of course, because I really like this game. But for the sake of video, it's not very good. So that's a really bad roll, because I don't want to. Should I just take on the druid? What's this? I'm going to take on the druid. I can encounter the character. Right, let's do it in strength. I can roll 2 dice because I'm a warrior. That's an insanely good roll. Really good roll. Oh, wow. Okay. He's done. I beat him. So, instead of taking 1 gold, I'm going to take a life off him. There we go. And I'm going to get 1 light fate. There we go. Now remember, if any characters, any players' lives go to 0, they're dead, they don't come back, they're out of the game. That's it. So, a 1. He's going to re-roll it to 6, and he's going back out. Maybe he's actually going out to heal. Ifrit Raider. Oh, and he got a +2. For each fire token on the land. Interesting. But he beat him. Quite weak monster anyway, I gotta be honest. And he just traded in 2 craft trophies for another craft point, so he's got 7 craft now. We do not want to fight the Sage in craft. We do not want to fight the Sage in psychic combat with 7 craft. No. He's too strong in craft. I should also mention that by default, every battle with other characters defaults to strength combat unless the characters have something that makes it craft. But it defaults to like strength combat normally. Right. I don't really want to go there. I don't really want to go there. So what I'm going to do, and I come back out for a minute. Oh, wow. I'm going to take him. I'm going to take the Sage right now. He's done. Unless something horrible happens, I get like a really, really bad roll. Okay. The Sage is done. Take him out. Goodbye, Sage. He is dead. And I get his follower, which is the Unicorn's really good follower. Add 1 to your strength and your craft. Really, really good. And I'll get a Light Fate. There you go. He's done. He's done. And because I killed him, I basically looted him. I got all his stuff. Now things are happening like quite fast here. Something happened there that is interesting in the city, which I'll get to in a second. So another forest goat, 2 strength. He'll probably beat him. Yeah, he beat the forest goat finally. There you go. Let's have a look. So this right here, this base was basically terraformed. So instead of the actual space, this card on top of it takes precedence. So now this base is actually a graveyard with the following effects. If you're good alignment, you lose 1 life. If you're neutral, you replenish 1 fate. Replenish fate up to your fate value at the cost of 1 gold each. And evil, either replenish fate up to your fate value for free or pray by rolling 1 die. And then you're ignored, either gain 1 fate or gain a spell. But this now is a graveyard tile, a graveyard space, just like the graveyard space right here. So, interesting. I really don't want to go there. I don't want to go there because it's a craft 6 enemy. So, we're going to go here. Event Horse Thief. A horse thief is roaming the land. If you have a horse and cart, mule, riding horse, or war horse, they must be discarded. Along with discard, you must leave any surplus objects of your choice in the space you are in. Thankfully, I don't have a horse. But it's an event, so it goes back to nighttime. Okay. Oh, notice he has 11 Dark Fate. Wow. Wow. Select an item to give away. Oh, the champion. Champion. I don't really want to give up a gold, because when you get 5 gold, you can actually get one of the best weapons in the game called the flail. I want to get 5 gold for that. So we'll give away a fate, even though I don't really want to. Let's see. Okay, I got 4 gold now. That's really good. Let's go back here. I have a spell. Details. Cast on another character when they expend a fate. If you're light aligned, the effect of the fate is cancelled and you replenish all your fate. Dark aligned, the effect of that fate is cancelled and that character loses all of their fate. Now, in the city, you can actually sell spells at the Sorcerer Square. Now give me 5 gold, then I can actually go to the armory and buy the flail. So I might just go to the city. So I'll do that. Lurking Horror, 3 strength enemy, shouldn't be a problem. No, not a problem at all. That's pretty good. On that, I get a Light Fate. Lovely. Wow. Okay, so now my destination is the city. I'm gonna go up to the city. Event Hatemonger. Roll 1 die for each of your followers. The one with the highest roll, reroll any ties, immediately attacks you with a craft of 3. Whether or not you win the psychic combat, your followers then discarded along with this card. I don't actually have any fate. I don't actually. Oh no, I do have a follower. I have the unicorn. Oh, I don't want to lose the unicorn. Oh man. Wow. I beat it. Got too many spells. Wow, that is a really bad card to get. Because I just lost the unicorn, which is a really, really good follower. That's annoying. That's annoying. Okay. He's gonna draw a spell. Baba Yaga. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, he's doing healing on himself. Okay, so he's like replenishing 1 life. Do I really want to risk going to... You know what? I'll risk it again. Oh no, I can go to the Alchemist. But do I want to say anything? No, I don't. I don't want to lose strength. Oh, wow. That was a great roll. Another strength point. Really, really nice. Okay. Have a look. Got Raging Volcano. Wow. And she's going to re-roll the card because she's got the Flaming Orb. Going to burn it outright. When you burn a card, by the way, as part of the Fireland expansion, when a card gets burnt, you'll never see it in that particular game again. It's just gone forever. Interesting, won that point. Oh, I won that battle. Or psychic combat, I should say. Scold. Okay. Actually, going to this graveyard space here will be okay for me because I'm neutral. So it'll just allow me to buy bait, which I can because I'm at... Oh yeah, I can, but I'm not going to. No point. Because I want to use my gold for something else. Orb of Flames. I'm gonna re-roll the card. And wherever she like re-rolls, it gets burnt. Outright. Oh. You'll see if you play this game, you'll see the AI do some odd moves every now and again, and the AI in this game isn't great. But then again, I can't really blame the developers for this because there's so much to consider and do in this game. It must be really, really difficult to actually program good AI that can play this well. So I don't blame them. But the AI, like, I'm not saying the AI is like bad. Like, it's just not as good as it could be. Which again, I'm not blaming them for. It must have been a nightmare to code AI for this game. Another follower, Demagogue. You may change your alignment at will, however, you may only have 1 alignment at any given time. If you pray, you must ditch the Demagogue. Now, like, changing your alignment on the fly can be really useful in certain situations, but it, again, it's very situational. We'll take that. What's the rook doing? Okay. Gonna re-roll the card. And burn the idol. Take the 2 gold. Very good. Very good indeed. Elven bow. AI. Now what we want to do is go here. Sorry, not there. Do I not? Oh, I completely forgot. I actually lost the spell, didn't I? When I lost the unicorn, I lost my craft point, so I consequently lost the spell, so I can't actually get the extra gold to buy the flower with. What if I knew now, what I should have done is when I was there, go to the alchemist, sell the ring, and get the gold that way. So this has been a completely wasted trip. So we're not going to go to any shops right now because I still want to get that flower, but now this is going to be a roundabout. Now, I'm going to take on Bravo, this enemy. I think. Yeah. Oh, the rook is going to make him like reroll. Okay, didn't make a difference. Good. Good. And oh wow, that is absolutely amazing luck. So I forgot that when you actually defeat Bravo, as well as taking him as a trophy, you get an extra gold, and I just got the 5 gold on the space right where the armory is. That was amazing luck. Training trophies. Now, if I trade in these two, I'm going to go over by 2 points. It's kind of a waste, so I'm not going to do that right now. But that's amazing luck. I literally got the 1 gold needed on the very space where the armory was. Great luck. Okay, we'll take it. That was great. That was great. Rogue lost a life. Healing potion to heal 1. Yep, that's logical. Draw an adventure card. A 6 craft. And he's got the Orb of Flames. Interesting. Oh, wow, he just wins because that battle was based on fate, and he had 19 fate total. Wow. So, we're going to go into the armory. Like so. And we're going to buy the flower. Now, look at how amazing this weapon is. So, you may roll 2 dice during battle and add them together to determine your attack roll. Now, I already have that. It's true, I already have that. However, if you roll double, your opponent cannot add their attack roll to their attack score, and I actually get to fight with 2 weapons. Now, okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm the warrior, and I already rolled 2 dice. I already rolled 2 dice. The only thing I won't get if I don't get the flower is the doubles can't roll like their attack roll. So maybe I'll go with the battle axe to straight up add. Straight up add 3 to my strength during combat. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Or 2 and then get a pet. Like 2 gold. Okay, I'm actually going to get the greatsword and go to the menagerie for a pet, and pets are really good followers. So we'll go to the manager to get a pet. Yeah. Trapdoor. He's in a dungeon. Dungeon's a really difficult area as well. Roll a 6 though. Wow. Okay, Cobalt Brute. Rogue got him. I like what they're doing. Okay, the druid's going to teleport. And draw 3 cards. Wow. Wow. Okay, so if you draw 2 or more enemies with that are like both strength or both craft, they get combined into one fight. So these 2 enemies here, the Naiad and the Fey Witch, got combined into one fight because they were both craft enemies. Right. Card. I get Gambling Hall. You may pay 1 gold to gamble if you choose to do so. Roll 1 die. Roll a 1, lose all gold. 2, lose 3 gold. 3, lose 1 gold. 4, gain 1 gold. Or 5, gain 3 gold. And 6, gain 6 gold, then discard. Well, I'm not going to do any of that because I wanted 2 gold to buy a pet. So... Oh. Fighting a bandit. And he's won against the bandit. He has 25 fate altogether. Wow. So we're going to go to the menagerie. Some people may argue, I've actually played this game before, some people may argue going to the stables and buying a riding horse, because a riding horse is a follower that gives you 2 dice for movement rather than 1. It's very good, but I wanna show off pets. Hopper. Whenever you land on a space with a card or character, you may move to the next space continuing in the same direction you are moving, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Not one of the better pets, but can be useful. I'm still not trading trophies, am I? No, I'm not. Okay. Right. Let's see. Free relic, no evil character can have it. Okay. I think the druid's basically been in the woodland the entire game. So far. Rune Gate. Old growth event. He gets a life over his maximum. Okay, I roll a 1, draw a card. Giant rat, 3 strength enemy. Oh yeah, demagogue. Oh wow. Okay, I didn't notice it. I can use this weapon now. So now, I get a modifier +2 as well as my double roll. Very good. Now, okay. I didn't notice this. I have to explain it. So basically, there's a card in the woodland that can change the ending of the game, basically the win condition of the game. And it happened. It got drawn. I didn't actually notice it, but it did get drawn. And so now the ending is actually a hidden ending. The hidden ending is only revealed when somebody lands on the Crown of Command. We have no idea what the win condition is, the ending condition. So, we shall see. Interesting. Have a look. Hmm. Okay. Right, we're gonna roll. And we're not gonna take on this, are we? No, we're gonna come back out. We're gonna come back out. Corrupt Sheriff event. You may bribe the sheriff by paying up to 3 gold. You must then roll 1 die and add 1 to the result for each gold you paid. 1 or 2, you are thrown in jail. 3 to 4, you are safe. 5 to 6, choose any other character to throw them in jail. And then the sheriff departs. Now, I don't have any gold, but I would love to throw somebody else in jail. That'd be great. Okay, that's really, really good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the druid to go to jail. He loses his path card. Right. Put the druid in jail. Roll decree. And he loses a life in jail, which is what you want. You'd love to see it. I come out of the city now. Event discount day for 2 rounds. Whenever characters buy a card from a shop, they may pay 1 gold less to a minimum of 1. Discount day then expires to the discard pile. Okay. Alright. We're trying to escape again. He rolls a 3. He doesn't escape. Okay, I'm going to roll here and maybe even try and take on the druid. Every invader... Oh. Whenever you encounter the different invader, place 1 Farland token on your space and then burn the top 3 cards of the adventure deck. So I'm going to lose life here, no matter what. Fight with strength, of course. Use my greatsword. Okay, 1. Now, 26. 3. No, I don't want to do it yet. I'm going to lose life here because I've got this Farland token on my space. Unfortunate. Right then, folks, I think now's a good place to leave it here and continue on next time. So, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time for the continuation of this game. Okay, bye for now.